There is something uniquely exciting happening in the Catholic Church right now, and you probably don't know about it. Hey, I'm Father Mark Maher with Franciscan Friars de Renewal, and this is Ascension Presents. When this video comes out, there's two exciting things happening in the church. One of them you know about, one of them you don't know about, which is what I'm going to talk about. What you do know about, of course, is the Eucharistic Revival, pilgrimage. A bunch of our brothers are out there processing with the Most Blessed Sacrament, blessing our country with the Holy Eucharist, bringing a Eucharistic renewal as they head to Indiana for sort of the final conference. So that's awesome, and that's going on, and I wanted to acknowledge that that's happening. What I'm talking about today actually is there is this incredible sort of movement right now within the Catholic music space and Catholic musicians. I kind of pay attention to this, and there's often like some sort of steadiness, but there's actually a lot that's happening like right now. And so I'm going to talk about just some Catholic musicians that are out there and encourage you to check them out. The first is this young man named Seth Schlueter. He's like really kind of blowing up and becoming popular in a way that like hasn't happened maybe for a while. His kind of most well-known song is Counting My Blessings, and you'll hear him on the radio. I think it's like kind of just noteworthy is there was a Portuguese sort of cover of his song done by a young lady that has 117 million streams or views on YouTube as of making of this video. He has almost 1 million monthly sort of listeners on Spotify. We've had him come into the friary and done some ministry with him in the past. So just kind of fun to see him kind of breaking into the scene. And so Counting My Blessings, Seth Schlueter, check him out. The second one that I'm going to mention isn't new. He's kind of the staple, and if you will, he sets the bar in a lot of ways, and that's Matt Maher. Many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with him and his music, and he's been a regular at World Youth Days and a lot of the largest Catholic events for a while now. But maybe some of you haven't heard of him. So Matt Maher, check him out. The next musician, Sarah Kroger. Sarah Kroger is wonderful, also a friend of the Friars. She's done just a lot with music for a long time. So Sarah Kroger, just a really beautiful soul, disciple of Jesus, and profoundly beautiful singer and musician. So if you want to check out Sarah Kroger. Someone else who has new music going out is Marie Miller. And to keep the theme going, Marie, very good friend of the Friars. We do, every year, we do parish missions. She helps us with music. Marie's been on the scene, like some of these others, for a minute. And some of her most popular, well-known music, it's just kind of like wholesome, good, fun music, as opposed to sort of specifically like worship music or Christian music or sort of like spiritual music. She's kind of taken, prayerfully discerned to kind of make a little pivot, and she's really leaning into music for prayer. And she's just putting out new music right now. Some of them are collaborations with Sarah Kroger. And she's just really good, really good, and a really good disciple. And she really loves the Lord. And her music is just phenomenal. All right, and then a couple more that maybe you've heard about. Brother Isaiah, now Father Isaiah, but still going because of how things work as Brother Isaiah. A lot of music out there. He's been releasing new singles about once a month, beginning of the year. His full album, new album, is going to be coming out in the middle of July, I think July 12th, but already some new singles from the album are out. So Brother Isaiah, aka Father Isaiah, I'm kind of doing stuff behind the scenes. It's really phenomenal, and it's really good. And the last one for today is the Hillbilly Thomists. The Hillbilly Thomists is several, I think like 5, 6, 7 Dominican friars who are in a band, and they have a new album coming out soon as well, and they're going to be doing some touring this summer if you want to check them out, Hillbilly Thomists. And it's just awesome, and it's just fun. It's really cool, just this group of Dominicans just creating kind of fun music that also has like a deeper meaning. And they're awesome. They're studs. And I'm going to have one of them on for a couple of episodes to help talk about a little bit of, just give some talks, but also help plug the music. There's just all of this kind of happening all at once. And, most folks out there, we're going to be listening to something, so might as well listen to something wholesome. A little disclaimer, because of the climate we live in, is most of these musicians, with most of their songs, maybe all of their songs, like wouldn't necessarily be writing music that's liturgical music. Sometimes we get sort of concerned if we call music Catholic music that's not really made for the liturgy. And I understand that there is a particular sort of music that's appropriate for liturgy. Some of the musicians, some of their songs may fit that. Most of what I'm talking about here is not that. Like Brother Isaiah would not want Struggler played as a communion meditation. So this is just music as well that's that lifts, I think that's good, that's wholesome, that helps to lift our hearts and our minds to the Lord. Especially, there's just so many people who really pray with music, and it's a deep part of their spiritual life, their personal sort of devotional spiritual life. And these are just great resources out there to help you to pray. That's what's going on these days. Check it out. We'll see you again next week. Remember, we are pilgrims on this earth. Somos peregrinos, poco a poco, little by little. Vamos a ir. That was a terrible accent. My bad. See you next week. Bye.